All right, so now we're gonna break down blade tosses. So blade tosses are seen as a very scary thing. They're actually not quite as scary as people make them out to be. So we're gonna break down that technique just a little bit. Normally when you toss on Sabre, your left hand is gonna be under in the hilt, and your right hand's gonna be over at this tape. We go through that dip, then we go through that release at flat, right? This would be a hilt release. That's our typical thing that kind of translates from rifle over to Sabre. But then Sabre kind of has its own thing. So you're going to take that left hand and you're going to put it under the hilt. It's going to stay there. It's the same for hilts. It's the same for blades. It's always going to be under. So we're going to take that. We're going to put it up at the angle. So now we're at this really nice, strong shoulder hip angle. Notice my arms are still boxed. I'm not letting them collapse. Right, I'm keeping them nice and boxed. The only thing that's going to change now, your right hand. So what you're going to do with your right hand is you're going to take your pinky and you're going to put it on your catch tape and then close the fist. Right, so it's still on top of the blade. Now you see where your pointer finger is. Slide up so your pinky is where your pointer finger was. Right, so this is one fist away from your catch tape. About one fist away. From here, we're going to switch our hand, money hand underneath. Right, so we go measure it out, make sure this is where I need to be. I go, okay. Flip it around to the other side. Show you how I do that. Another way, catch here, put the thumb on it, flip it around. And that's exactly where you need to be for your blade tosses. Now, a blade toss, for those of you who don't know, is just a toss from the blade. So up, and we catch, using just the right hand. Now, breaking that down in slow motion, obviously. When I go to toss a blade, I'm going to use that left hand. I'm going to pull down. I'm actually going to pull. But once I get here and I cannot hold on anymore, which is typically around this flat position, I'm going to pull that hand, bang, straight down. Straight down. So this is not going to cross your body, and it's not going to do this. Right? Your left hand has a function. It's going to pull straight down. This keeps going. Your release point is going to be out to the angle. So your hilt should never cross over to your left side, and it should never be straight up and down. I want you to think out at this angle. So it'll be pull, up, pull up. Now when we go through blades and we actually go to toss them, we go 5, 6, squeeze on 7, 8, or sorry, not squeeze on 7, try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and is the pull, 8 and, up, we release on count 1, right? So there's a pull on the and right before we release. So if I were to toss a single, which is 1 rotation, release on 1, catch on count 2, would be 5, 6, 7, 8, pull up and catch, right? And that's gonna be your single. Now notice how my hilt is facing my right side. That's an ideal catch, right? When we go to release, ideally, it's over there. Now, if I catch and my hilt's facing front, is it the end of the world? No. This is good. This is You want to avoid catching like this, because what that means is that when you're going to catch, you're doing this. You're flexing your wrist and then catching and twisting. Right? We don't want that kind of catch. So we want to focus on keeping that hilt to the right side. So when we go to toss a single, obviously it's pull 8 and, out 1, catch 2. We're releasing down here at our belly button, just like we would for a single. When we're doing doubles, we're gonna pull, still 8 and we're still gonna release on 1. No matter what you're tossing, it's still gonna be 8 and it's always gonna be that release at the angle on count 1. Double is you're just gonna take that release point right up here to our ribs. Right, so it's just slightly higher. Notice there's barely any difference. Barely any difference. Well, up, up, catch. Right, so that's 2 and. We're gonna catch on 2 and. So I'll go 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, and 2 and. Or some way that I like to sort of vocalize it, kind of helps me remember, is I go 5, 6, 7, squeeze down, up, and 2 and. Or 5, 6, 7, 8. When we squeeze on 8, you can say up and up catch. Down, up and up catch. Right, so vocalize the squeeze, or up, up catch is gonna help you with those doubles.